don't think I can walk. Oh shit, I just felt it go. Oh. So it's day one after surgery. Yesterday went really well. We had to leave home about 6:30 to get there for 8:30 when I had to get into hospital. Operated on around about 10:40 and back out by 4:30. And amazingly didn't feel too grotty after the general anaesthetic. I was really surprised actually. I felt quite chipper. Slept pretty well. Like the doctor said, there's no particular rules about how to sleep. They just said don't put a cushion under your knee, so I didn't. And yeah, I was really surprised at how well I slept. And I was really quite worried about what would happen when the nerve block wore off, which would have happened sometime during the night or this morning. I was like dreading just being in pain and not being able to find a comfortable position, but I got onto the like codeine, morphine type painkillers last night and I'm just taking them every 6 hours and we're good. That's quite a relief actually. Day 3 in the ACL rehab house. It's not much has changed. I'm still on the sofa. Got my knee propped up here in my compression stocking still. So what has changed is that yesterday morning I decided I need to start taking the anti-inflammatories as well because I couldn't do my exercises without it hurting too much to do them, and it's really important to do the exercises. So I jumped on those and that made a big difference. And actually I do feel like it's getting better. Like it doesn't look any different, but yeah, it's like I can move it around a little bit easier every day. Like I have to bend my knee to 90 degrees and get my quads firing. Been icing it and just lying around on the sofa, which opiate-based painkillers are really good for because you're quite happy to lie around doing nothing. Got my ice machine. I'm going to tell you about the ice machine. It is not a machine which makes ice cubes. It is a machine which sends iced water around a cuff that goes around your knee, and it also inflates with air so it compresses onto your knee. It's just so nice. Like, first few days I had it, I wasn't really getting enough ice in it and it wasn't really getting cold enough. And I was like, I don't think this is any good. But I've got my quantity of water stroke ice dialed now and I'm loving it. This is like a real long one. Some of them are quite short, just to the knee. And pipes coming from the machine. There's a reservoir in there with water and ice. And I just let it do. It's got a pre-programmed program. Basically, I hired this. They're like £5 or something, but you can hire them for like but this one's €60 a week. There's a brand called Game Ready, which everybody was like, yeah, get a Game Ready. But I looked and it was more expensive. And they basically compress and ice your knee. So it doesn't really matter what the brand is. So I just got this one and it's fine. It's just a nice level of relief. But just wanted to tell you really, because one of the things that I really wanted to know before I had this was, what's it like straight after surgery? Well, for me, it's not been too bad. So if you're watching this because you're wondering, hopefully it'll be the same for you as well. Alright, it's day 5 and last night was really horrible. Finally had a bad night. I guess they're gonna happen. I just could not get comfortable. Just felt like I was lying on a bruise whichever way I put myself. Yeah, so I ended up spending part of the night on the sofa because I could actually get comfortable out here. And then once it started to get light, I went back to bed and actually managed to find a comfortable position. But I didn't take any painkillers yesterday until night time actually. And it was around about 2 AM when I woke up really uncomfortable, which was about when that painkiller would have worn off. So yeah, we'll do that again tonight. We'll take the painkillers. But yeah, I think the problem is that the bruising's all coming out now. There's some interesting colours in the back of the knee and on the shin. And I guess that might be why it felt like I was lying on a bruise. So today I've taken the anti-inflammatories, which I didn't take yesterday, and I felt fine all day in the day. It was absolutely no problem. I was like, oh cool, this is good. But yeah, the night time was not good. So, and I took, I don't know, about half an hour ago, I took 500 milligrams of paracetamol, just that, rather than taking the thing with the morphine in it as well. And then I just thought I'd see if that would do the job, and I'm feeling a bit more comfortable now, and I'd say my quads are firing more quickly. Like the first contraction that I do, like the last couple of days, would be a bit slow, and then after that would be fine. But now it seems to be pretty much, I contract it and it contracts, if you see what I mean. So that was cool. that's nice progress. And I do think the swelling's going down, and it's easier to bend it to 90 degrees. But I would like to go outside now. We got the first physio appointment tomorrow, so then I can find out like if I'm allowed to walk around a little bit more, because doctor is just like rest. So I am resting. But we probably ought to do a bit more walking and start moving it a bit more. But I just want to get advice on that and not do too much too fast. So we're chilling. So yeah, but hopefully tonight will be better than last night. I'm back. It's the end of day 6, and yesterday night was actually better. I managed to sleep on my front, and I put a pillow underneath my ankle, because if I just left it so that my foot was on the bed, it just was way too uncomfortable. And then every time I was tempted to move, I was like, don't move. And I slept better. It was better. But then today, I feel like it's been better again. Like it's been less. I think I figured out in the night that if I moved slowly, the blood in my leg would move slowly as well, and then I could bear it. So I've been moving slowly. Like if I slide off the sofa, I'll put my foot on the ground, wait a little bit, and then stand up, just so it's adjusting a bit more slowly. And yeah, it's been a pretty good day. And I actually feel I've been practicing walking with my crutches. And I went outside. I did not go to physio. The physio postponed it until tomorrow. But yeah, I went outside. We went up to this spot just above the house and just had a coffee and played cards. It's so nice to be outside in the sun, it's lush. But now it's evening time and I'm having the standard evening soreness. So just in here, which is basically your hamstring tendon runs down here and attaches to the tibia somewhere down here, which I never realised actually, but this is where it's super sore and this is where they took the tendon out. So I'm kind of just assuming this is all sore because it's missing the middle of the tendon, and it seems to happen every evening. It starts to get really sore, so I'm going to ice it in a minute. And then hopefully tonight we're going to get a better night's sleep. I also put my compression stocking back on today. I didn't have it on yesterday because it just felt unbearable. So I'm kind of assuming the fact that it felt a bit less unbearable today also means the swelling is reducing a teeny tiny bit. It's really weird because I've got this like section here. I just feel like there's this tight strip all the way around here. Super weird. Just feels like, yeah, I've got like a belt about yay wide just here, just like cinched up around my shin, and it feels a bit like that even without the stocking on. And I've also got this section here where I can't feel anything. It's just like, but I think it's because of this incision here, because I cut my leg on my pedals here, yeah, in the spring, and for quite a while this was all numb, and actually it still is a little bit numb, but it's definitely coming back. So obviously cut nerves there, and this is going to be a way deeper incision, so I reckon that's damaged some nerves, and so until that's started healing, this is going to just stay numb, which is a bit weird, but fortunately it's your shin, so you don't spend all day feeling it and going, oh, that feels weird. I guess in time it'll come back. Is it? Yeah, it's day 11. I'm going for a walk, like outside and stuff, and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. It's really nice. So walking's been coming along quite nicely, little by little. I've just been practicing in the house, but I've only got one crutch, and I think from Thursday onwards, which was day 7, it seemed to start to come together. So that's really cool. It's nice to be outside, like be able to take myself outside. Good for the soul. So yeah, that's cool. So it is day 13. I realise there's a massive gap in this video from day 7 to 11, so I'll just give you a quick fill in. Basically things just carried on being okay. The pain I was getting on the side of my tendon where the tendon graft was taken, I only got that 2 evenings, and then it stopped. And yeah, just things are still going in the right direction, which I'm like, surely there's going to be a bad day soon, because everyone is like, oh, it's super up and down, ACL rehab's really difficult. I guess I've got quite a positive mindset, and I know it's going to be long, but I'm still wary. I'm like, when is it going to happen that I have a really, really bad day? Oh, I'm sure there'll be one, but so far so good for the first 2 weeks. I'm really excited because tomorrow I should be getting the stitches out, or at least the dressings taken off. I think the stitches are dissolvable, but it'd be really cool to get the dressings off, and then I can start massaging the scars, which hopefully will free up the knee a little bit more on the front of the knee, because when I do like the heel slides to bend the knee, it feels super tight on the front where that big incision is, so that should help. So yeah, but no, I went for another walk this morning, and it just felt like my knee was even freer than it was on Monday. So yeah, we're still on an upward trajectory at the moment, which is super cool. So like I said at the start of the video, if you're watching it because you wonder what's going to happen in the first 2 weeks, I hope your journey is like mine has been so far, because it's been so much better than I anticipated. I think the hard bit's going to come when my knee feels really good, and I'm going to be like, oh, I want to ride my bike, I want to do all the normal stuff, and then it's going to get frustrating, and maybe that's when the bad times come. I don't know, we will see. But yeah, I'll show you my knee tomorrow, and then I'll pop this on the internet and you can watch it. See ya. Oh yeah, I forgot, sleep has been good, real good progress. Like every night it's a little bit better. So I had 3 nights last week, nights 4, 5 and 6, which were just terrible, and then it started to get better, and last night was like pretty much 95% a normal night of sleep. I'm back. I'm not going to show you my knee today, had a bit of a jiggery pokery with medical appointments. However, I am going to tell you, definitely do not sit in your office chair for, I don't know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, because afterwards your knee will be so stiff, it's really difficult to get it straight. I was quite shocked, so I'm not going to do that again. I've been keeping my leg elevated and as straight as possible for the whole 2 weeks, and I think it's really helped get my extension back, so I'd strongly recommend you do the same. Lots of rest, lots of ice, lots of keeping your legs straight at all times, and I think that'll help you get in that extension, which is so important. So yeah, I'll sign out now, and you can get the knee scar reveal in the next one, so I'll see you in a couple of weeks.